Hey, y'all. Madam Z here. Hope you're doing well today. Let me pull up my notes for today's magical training. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get rid of unwanted spirits. So, welcome to today's training. Today is Witchy Wisdom Wednesday, where I go live in all of my platforms and we talk about witchy trainings. So Madam Z here, and welcome to this week's training. If you are here, go ahead and hit the live button for me and let me know, or let me know that you're live, hit live in the comments for me. If you are here watching the replay, hello to all my replay folks. So go ahead and hit replay in the comments so I can respond to all of your comments on the replay. I do give replay love. So just because you don't catch me here doesn't mean that I won't respond to any of your questions. So hello and welcome everyone to today's training. Madam Z here, your magical life coach and your magical mentor and headmistress in the Witches Academy. So today, what's in my cauldron coffee cup today? Yay, I love my coffee cup. Today, I'm just drinking a regular old Vietnamese hot coffee. Vietnamese coffee. I love Vietnamese iced coffee, but today it's a little bit dreary outside. So I was like, I'm gonna do some hot coffee today. So just regular old Vietnamese hot coffee. So let's go ahead and get started on today's training. So I know y'all got all kinds of cool stuff planned. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So today we are going to talk about, like I mentioned before, if I can talk today, we're going to talk about the 3 ways to get rid of unwanted spirits. And I wanted to tell you that I spend a whole module, which is 4 weeks, on this specific topic in the Spirit Communication course that's coming up May 10th. So this is just a little bit of salt and pepper of what you're going to get into the Academy. We spend 4 entire weeks on this subject, particularly diving deep into this. So I wanted to ask you a question though. Very good. Yeah. Hello. Thanks for joining me live. I need to check the comments and make sure I say hello to everyone. I kind of get ahead of myself. I get super excited. I want you guys to drop in the comments if you ever had any unwanted spirits in your home or come across any unwanted spirits and you want to know how to get rid of them, how to release them, how to banish them, how to tell them to leave, kind of thing. I would love to know your experiences. So type in the comments if you have ever experienced an unwanted spirit and you really don't know how to release them or get rid of them. So, hey, how are you? Thanks for joining me live. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. So, my number 1 tip, we're going to go over 3 of them. I may give you a bonus one, I'm not sure. But my number 1, which is super easy to do, the number 1 tip is to cleanse the space. Okay, there's a couple ways you can cleanse your space, and drop in the comments what tools or how you cleanse your space of negative energies or negative spirits. The first tip to cleansing the space is I use sage and lavender. And don't come at me about sage. There's many different types of sages. Or if you want to use any kind of sacred smoke, that's fine. But I'm just using sage as to cover all of the different kinds of sages. You have tons of different kinds of sages, so don't come at me about blah, blah, Madam Z. That's so. I don't want to hear it. So use any sage or sacred smoke. But I know, right? I'm like, just use what you have, use what you're attached to, use what resonates with you. Don't freak out over the word sage. Ask your ancestors if it's okay if you use sage. Just, if they say no, say no. If they say yes, then say yes. Use it. Ask them for guidance. Just don't go by what people are saying. Ask your ancestors. They know more than what the people know on this plane. I hate to tell you all that, but that's a whole other rant. So let's stay focused, Madam Z. Let's stay focused. So sacred smudging, sage, Palo Santos, lavender, and rosemary is what I like to use. But here's a tip. Let me take a swig. Yeah, we're not even going to get into that, right? We're going to stay on topic today, which is hard for me because I'm usually all over the place. Right. You're exactly right. Thank you for pointing that out. Good, good. The tip that I want to share with you, though, is you have to do the sacred smudging or the saging with 2 different herbs. One for banishing, which are get rid of negative energy, whichever sage you want to use to get rid of negative energy. But you want to bring in an herb that represents love or positive energy. That's why I like the duality of sage and lavender, or any kind of sacred smudge and lavender. Because what happens when you use sage and you dispel the energy, the negative energy, negative entity, you have like an empty hole. Okay. So if you don't replace that with something positive, a positive herb, a positive energy, then it automatically refills with that negative spirit. So you want to fill that gap or that hole that you have created by releasing that negative spirit with something positive. So when you always do sacred smudging, you can do the combination of both. If you have a dish, you can put the sage and the lavender in both and burn at the same time. Or you can burn the banishing or cleansing herb first and then go behind it with the positive herb. So that way, whatever you are dispelling is refilled with positive herbs and positive intentions and positive energy. Because if you don't fill that back up with something, it's going to fill itself up. It's just, the law, right? It's physics. It fills itself up. So yeah. You like to use frankincense. I liked frankincense and myrrh. It's one of my favorite ones. That's another one you can use too, instead of any kind of sacred smudging. Frankincense and myrrh is a really good one too. So another tip to use to cleanse space is blessed water. Now, depending on your practice, right? Most of us here are witches. But we do have some Christian witches in the group. Whether it is moon water or whatever blessed water you feel that you're connected to, or charged water or holy water, or whatever you feel is sacred water to you, you actually cleanse the space with that blessed water or that sacred water. Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with or drawn to as far as what you consider blessed water, definitely use it. Don't go by exactly what, you only have to use moon water, because that's not true. Whatever you feel connected to as holy sacred water, then that's what you would use to cleanse the space. And we talk about this more in depth in my spirit communication course. This is just my top 3 overview tips. In the course, I actually tell you and show you how to step by step and how to do this, how to cleanse it, where you start, where you end, how to actually do it. So this is just an overview. Yeah, if you want more in depth on how to do this, then you need to join the Spirit Communication, which starts May 10th. Another thing, I want you guys to type in the comments too. What is your favorite crystal that you use for cleansing your space? And I'll wait while you type. We have a little bit of a lag. And while I'm waiting, I'll tell you what my favorite one is. So my favorite one is black tourmaline. I either wear black tourmaline or I go around the space just like I would cleanse the space, and I use the crystal tourmaline. Yeah, you like tourmaline. Oh, smoky quartz is a good one. That's a good one too. Yeah, amethyst is a good one. My rule of thumb is the darker the crystal, the better it is for banishing and releasing. So any of your dark stones, any of your black stones, tourmaline is my favorite. It's a toss-up between tourmaline and obsidian. But those are my go-to crystals I use for cleansing a space. And yeah, smoky quartz, or you can get a combination of all three of them. It doesn't have to be either or, right? Yeah, you're a tourmaline junkie just like I am. I love tourmaline. I have tourmaline all over the place. I love it. Another one is sacred herbs. We talked about sage and lavender and smudging, but sometimes I don't want to use sage. I don't like lavender. I'm more of an herb kind of girl, right? I like herb or green witch kind of thing. So maybe you want to use herbs instead of sage. Perfectly fine. The technique is the same, but the herbs that I use, and super, super easy, is I use salt and pepper. I use wormwood or mugwort. Those are the herbs that I use. Now, salt and pepper you should have with you at all times, right? Salt is to cleanse and pepper is to banish, okay? You can go to the kitchen and get that. You should always have a little container of salt and pepper on you, especially when you do paranormal investigations or when you're doing any type of spirit connection, right? And I talk about all this in the course. Yeah, everybody has salt and pepper. Yeah, super, super easy. I don't make witching hard. I use or teach you how to use things that you already have or should have in your cabinet or in your home or what Mother Nature has given you. Okay. Yeah, salt and pepper. You'll be amazed. So number 2, so anoint your home with protection oil. And you can make your own protection oil with some of the herbs that we talked about. And what you just do is you go ahead and anoint your home with the protection oil. And I'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to use this in the spirit communication course. Yeah, and I'll probably give you the recipe too, protection oil. It's real easy to make. Yeah, you like salt and pepper. It's easy. And it doesn't actually have to mean like you have the black pepper, right? You can use cayenne pepper. You can use Scotch bonnet peppers. You can use any kind of pepper. Just most people have just regular black pepper. So anoint your home, right? When you have a negative spirit that comes in, you want to anoint your home so it creates that barrier, okay? And number 3, this is so easy. For if you're like, I don't have any of this stuff, you know, maybe you're traveling, or maybe you just come upon something that is negative, or maybe you're at a friend's house and all of a sudden this negative energy comes up or the spirit comes up and you're like, okay, I wasn't prepared for this. I just come over to play, you know, Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it is, D&D or a board game, and you're like, what the fuck is this? I don't have any idea. I don't have my tool kit, my protection kit. What do I do? Use your words. Your words are one of the most powerful things that you have within yourself, your finger and your words. So say a banishing mantra or a spell or a prayer. Say it out loud. The best thing you can do is speak your intentions and tell that spirit to leave. Say you're not welcome here. You need to leave. You're making me uncomfortable. Please leave me alone, or please leave this premise. Okay. And speak your boundaries. Say, hey man, I don't like you here. This is my space. You need to leave. You are not welcome. Those are the most powerful things you can do, is use your words. And I'm talking about just standing up, set your boundaries, and speaking, hey, you are not welcome. You need to leave. That's usually how I do it, because a lot of times I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my stuff on me. Or if I'm investigating or I'm in a seance, my stuff may be in the corner, or I may be in trance or something, and I don't have my tools with me. And I'm like, I need to say this now. Because sometimes they'll bum rush you. They'll come up on you so fast, you don't have time to grab your tools. So that's when you actually start speaking your boundaries, start telling them to leave. You are not welcome. You need to move the hell on, right? I don't like your energy. You're negative. I'm not allowing that in this space. So bye-bye. Bye, Felicia, right? So to recap, cleanse the space, anoint your home with protection oil, and use your words and speak your boundaries. Now, I teach all of this in the spirit communication class that is coming up on May 10th. you still have time to purchase those that spot. The class doesn't start until May 10th. So you have a couple, you know, I don't know, what's today? The 28th, today is Wednesday the 28th. Let me make sure I got my dates right, y'all. So you still have a couple days to get in there, right? Yeah, today's the 28th. So we started on the 10th. We have lots of things like this that I'm going to be teaching you about spirit communication. And at the end of the 6th month, it is a certified course, so you will be certified in spirit communication. I will drop the link below with all of the deets, all of the payment plans. It's super affordable. If you want to pay in full, that is fine. If you need payment plans, that is fine. That is there. I will leave the page with all of the information in it. We start May 10th. This is just a little bit of what that I will be teaching in the 6-month course. Okay. All right, everyone. This is just a little quick teaching on my top 3 ways to banish and get rid of unwanted spirits. All right, wish on everyone, and we will see you next Wednesday for the next training. Bye, y'all.